Jungkook cries, Jin loses control. What really happened? A shocking scene has erupted, leaving millions of fans stunned and the global music industry in disbelief. How could Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, be seen in tears, while Jin, the eldest and often regarded as the group's steady pillar, appears to lose control in front of cameras? What exactly triggered this chain of events? Why did a figure so often praised for his composure suddenly act in a way that contradicts years of carefully built image and discipline? And most importantly, what does this mean for BTS, the group that has long been described as unbreakable? The video that spread across online platforms captured a moment that nobody expected. Jin, known for his charisma, humor, and professionalism, seemed visibly frustrated when confronted by a cluster of reporters. His voice was raised, his expression tense, and his gestures showed signs of anger rarely seen in public. Witnesses claimed that Jungkook, who stood nearby, was visibly shaken and even brought to tears by the unexpected outburst. Was this truly an uncontrolled reaction from Jin, or was something deeper boiling beneath the surface? Why now, at a time when BTS's public image is under constant global scrutiny? Observers are asking countless questions. What drove Jin to this breaking point? Could there have been a buildup of pressure within the group that finally erupted in such a public display? Or is the footage misleading, capturing only fragments of an incident that in reality carried a far more complex story? The uncertainty only deepens the intrigue, especially since Jungkook's emotional response raises further speculation. Why would he, the member often described as resilient and adaptable, be so shaken? Was he simply reacting as a younger brother figure to Jin's sudden shift? Or was he already aware of underlying conflicts that the public has not yet been told about? The incident is not being viewed as an isolated outburst. Instead, it is forcing fans and analysts alike to revisit the larger narrative surrounding BTS. Could it be that years of relentless schedules, the burden of global fame, and the pressures of maintaining a flawless public image have finally reached a critical point? If so, Jin's loss of control and Jungkook's tears may not merely be a personal matter, but a reflection of collective strain within the group. How long can even the strongest public figures maintain the illusion of stability under such extraordinary circumstances? Speculation grows as fans dissect every frame of the viral footage. Did Jin truly lose control, or was his reaction provoked by invasive behavior from reporters? Some argue that his frustration was justified, given the often relentless and intrusive nature of media coverage. Yet others insist that the visible tension between Jin and Jungkook during the moment suggests something deeper, perhaps a fracture in the group's unity, or at least a sign of overwhelming emotional pressure that even BTS can no longer conceal. Could this be the first real crack in a bond that has always been described as inseparable? Adding to the confusion, Jungkook's reaction has raised more questions than answers. His tears, captured by bystanders, were not easily dismissed as a fleeting emotional moment. Was he crying out of shock at Jin's sudden anger, or did he already know what lay behind it? Something too heavy, too painful for the public to comprehend? Fans have long seen Jungkook as deeply connected to Jin, respecting him not only as an elder brother figure, but also as a guide within the group. If Jungkook himself appeared to lose his emotional ground, what does that say about the true severity of the situation? The timing of this viral incident only amplifies its weight. With BTS members already facing individual responsibilities and ongoing transitions in their careers, the appearance of disunity sparks fears among ARMY worldwide. Is this an isolated storm, or is it a glimpse into hidden struggles that have been carefully veiled until now? And if cracks are truly appearing, what does this mean for the group's future as one of the most influential acts in modern music history? Can ARMY prepare themselves for an answer that might not align with their expectations? Every paragraph of speculation seems to lead to another unanswered question. Could it be that Jin has silently endured more than anyone realized? Could the intense spotlight, the endless demands, and the responsibility of being the eldest member finally have taken their toll? And why did this moment happen in such a public setting, where the consequences would inevitably spiral into a global frenzy? Was it intentional, a signal that something must change, or purely an uncontrollable slip born from exhaustion and bottled-up frustration? As the questions pile up, so does the uncertainty surrounding the bond between Jungkook and Jin. Was Jungkook's reaction purely empathetic, or was it fear? Fear that the figure he always relied on for stability was no longer able to carry that weight? For years, Jin has been seen as a source of balance, often diffusing tension with humor and calmness. To witness him lose composure so openly is to witness the unraveling of an image that fans thought unshakable. Could it be that Jungkook's tears were not just about that one moment, but about realizing that even Jin is vulnerable to breaking down? These questions drive a single, haunting theme. What is really happening behind the scenes of BTS? Fans have long suspected that the carefully curated image of perfection hides unspoken struggles. Yet to see the possibility play out in such an unfiltered, raw moment is something few were prepared for. Could this be the moment that finally forces the world to acknowledge that even the biggest stars are human, fragile, pressured, and capable of breaking under the weight of expectation? For now, what remains undeniable is the intensity of the footage. It continues to circulate, sparking heated debates among fans, journalists, and industry insiders alike. Some claim it was simply a misunderstanding, blown out of proportion by the internet's insatiable appetite for drama. Others remain convinced that it was the visible symptom of something far more serious brewing within BTS. With Jungkook in tears and Jin in visible frustration, the narrative feels too heavy to dismiss as coincidence. But the most unsettling question still lingers. Was it really Jin BTS in that video? Or has the internet been deceived by unclear angles and questionable sources? Until clarity emerges, the uncertainty will only grow. Fans will analyze every movement, every glance, every detail of Jin and Jungkook's recent appearances, searching desperately for confirmation or denial. Yet in the end, the most chilling reality may be that the truth is far more complex than anyone imagines, and that both Jin's outburst and Jungkook's tears are signals of struggles that the world has only begun to glimpse. ChatGPT belong. Underneath all the speculation lies a truth that cannot be ignored. The emotions captured in that brief but powerful moment were real. Whether it was Jin battling his own inner frustrations or Jungkook grappling with a fear of instability within the group, the expressions on their faces spoke louder than any statement could. Was this simply a passing storm, or the beginning of a revelation that BTS has tried to shield for years? Until answers come, the world can only wait in uneasy silence.